Hello crafty friends, in today's card making video I'm going to use these sentiment dies that I picked up from the Crafty Charity Shop. They are Sizzix dies and the set is 664122A. This one is a Crafter's Companion one, but the rest are from that Sizzix set. I think it's called Everyday Sentiments, but you don't need these particular dies. You can use any sentiment plus shadow dies that you have. For the first sentiment, I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to cut the word itself from this matte rose gold foil cardstock and the outline or shadow, whatever you want to call it, from white cardstock. I'm filming this, I think it's the 16th of January today, and it's a beautiful mild day. So I've actually got the conservatory door open and the birds are singing their little hearts out. Right, so that's what we've got. Oh, I need the tittle. Is it a tittle? It's gone somewhere. I'll have to cut another one of those. To adhere this, I'm going to use high-tack white glue and my glue dotter. If you want to know how to make a glue dotter, there is a video linked below in this video's description. So I'll place that on there, get everything lined up and then press it down. To press it down, I'll use some sticker release paper. Don't think I got any glue on that little bit of the O, so I'll just add it with my glue spreader and wipe any excess away. And that looks pretty clean. Can buff off any glue that's snuck around the front. So we've got our sentiment ready. This is a panel of linen textured white card. I've cut it down with this stitched rectangle die. So I'm thinking of putting that bang in the middle, but I want to add some colour and I think we're going to smoosh. So let's go with some Salty Ocean, a nice blue that will complement the orange tones in the foil. I'll hydrate that with a bit of water and use my smoosher to pick that up and smoosh that on, starting in the middle and kind of working my way outwards. I won't waste that. I'll add it to another bit of card and that can go in my box of backgrounds and bits. I'll dry that with my hairdryer. So I'm liking that. I do want another layer of colour on top. I think we'll go with a slightly more muted blue, slightly purpler, more purple, one or the other. Stormy Sky. And I'm going to try and concentrate this around the middle again and just work out. So that creates a sense of depth. You've got two layers there. I'll dry that again. To add a bit of shimmer and shine to the background, I'm going to spatter on some rose gold. I'm trying to keep the four corners a bit more empty than the rest of the panel so that everything is focused towards the middle. And again, I'll dry that. I've stuck that onto my card blank. It's about 4 by 6 inches. And now I'm going to stick my Enjoy in the middle. I've put that up on 1mm deep foam tape to give it extra dimension. And I think I might look for some small die cuts that I can tuck underneath here. So I'm thinking butterflies, and I've got these small solid butterfly dies. And this is going to make it really easy to cut out lots of butterflies. I think I'll do 2 of that lot. Not sure where these are from, probably the Crafty Charity Shop. I'll use matte gel medium to stick these down, just because it's in this precision fine tip bottle. Plus, if it squirts out from underneath the butterflies, it will dry matte and not be visible. I'm going to start off by adding the larger butterflies and tucking them underneath, having them flying out as if they were bursting out from behind the Enjoy. And then we'll go down the sizes and have the smaller butterflies further away. This kind of card design is great for any occasion, any person. You can match the colours to the person, you can match the dies to the person, you can match the sentiment to the occasion, but it's quite simple but quite effective, I think. Right, that's card number 1 done. For this card I'm going to use the 2 Love You dies, and I've cut a heart, a wonky heart, because I think it goes with the wonky nature of these sentiments. And I've cut it out of a panel of linen textured white card that I've cut down with a stitched rectangle die. I want some colour behind the aperture that I've cut, so I'm going to add it directly onto my card blank. But to mask off the edges so I don't get ink where I don't want it, I'm adding some post-it tape or sticky note tape. So I'm going to change colours and go for some red violets. I've got milled lavender and picked raspberry. And I've just swiped the milled lavender over this to highlight the linen texture. I'll do the same with some picked raspberry, but blend that out a bit. And let's see what we get when we put that over there. Yeah, quite like that. I might just do a bit more sort of dragging. And I think I'll go over again with some milled lavender. And I'm just blending it with my finger up and down to kind of keep it in line with the linen pattern. I want to add a little bit more texture by doing some stamping. This is an indigo blue rubber stamp that's got maths type things on it, but it's not really going to be readable. It's just for some visual texture, and I'm using the picked raspberry because it will show up, hopefully. That's the theory. And for my shimmer and shine, I'm going to spatter on some gold. I want to give my heart panel a bit of a lift, so I'm going to put foam tape on the back here. You could turn this into a shaker card by putting some acetate on, adding a well, and then putting in some shaker bits, but I'm not going to do that today. I just want an aperture with a bit of a difference in depth. To give this a bit of wiggle time, and I put this on the front of the card, I'm going to add some stick glue. Goodness me, those crows are noisy today. Right, there's a bit of warpage from where I heated the card, but that will flatten out, and you can always put it under something heavy like a book or your die cutting plates. So I've die cut the shadow bits for my sentiments out of linen textured white card, and I want to have them like this stretching across the heart. Now I'm just trying to decide what colour I want the actual words. I could do them gold, or I could do them pink, or I could do them pink and gold. So yet more linen textured card, and I'm going to cover it in pink. Give it a good blend. There's loads of ink on there. I'm just giving this a buff with a paper towel to get off excess ink, because I don't want it to take forever to dry. Now I shall cut my words. So I'm thinking, use post-it tape to cover up, say, the top 2/3-ish of the letters, like that, and leave the bottom part exposed. And then I'll squish some embossing ink on the bottom half, bottom third, whatever it was. Make sure it gets good coverage. And I'm going to sprinkle over polished gold superfine embossing powder from Wow. So I'll melt that with my heat tool. So there we go. Some gold dipped letters. I think one coat is sufficient. So I stuck the colourful parts onto the shadows using the same glue dotter technique that I used on the first card. I've added some foam tape and some glue behind there. So I can pop that on, whoops, like that, when it's not stuck to my tweezers. So you can use these kind of shadow dies to bridge an aperture, whether that's just open like this or turned into a shaker or left as a window to the interior of a card. I'm tempted to go and find a gold gel pen and do a doodly border around the heart, but I think I'm going to leave it for now. Could also add some Nouveau drops or faux enamel dots in the heart. I think that would look nice. For card number 3, I'm going to use the Thanks dies, and I've used this stitched rectangle panel to cut a panel of this from my box of backgrounds and bits, and an identical panel out of linen textured white card. And what I want to do is to create a gap in the middle of this panel, and I want to bridge the gap with the shadow. So I'm going to mark using my stylus, because I can't find my pencil, where I want to cut this. I'm going to cut it with my trimmer. Then that can go over there like that, with just a gap. I might cut a bit more off. Let me have a look. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll cut this out first. I'm thinking I could probably take another couple of millimeters off each side. I think that was a little bit more than a couple. Hopefully it's still going to stretch. I've bumped these up on foam tape and I'm using the corner of my scoring tool here to get that straight on there. If you do get any bits of the bottom layer sticking out, you can always just cut them off. And because my gap's slightly wider than I thought I'd have it, I'm going to put my thanks at a jaunty angle. So it's going to be attached here and here and up here. But I want to support this part with foam tape. I'll add a little bit of glue where I know it's going to be attached, or I think it's going to be attached, just on the tips. To colour the sentiment part, I'm going to add some Uncharted Mariner to this bit of background and blend it out. I think this will stand out nicely. Just make sure I've got enough there. This is Colorology Gilding Wax in Gold. I'm going to put some here and there on the sentiment just to brighten it up, give it a bit of shimmer and shine. So I'll just add the glue and then I will put it on its shadow. And I'm punching out some stars here. This punch does 2 different sizes of star. I used the leftover piece of Uncharted Mariner paper and I'm going to dot these stars around. And that's card number 3. So we're on to the halo die now, and I've cut the outline, the shadow, out 3 times, and I'm sticking them together with tape runner to make a nice thick bit of chipboard. Just making sure I've got all the gummy bits of tape off of this because I don't want them sticking to my panel, because I'm going to use this to dry emboss a dip in my card panel. So I've got my die cutting sandwich here and I'm putting it in the embossing configuration, which is thick plate, cutting plate, rubber mat, card, and then thing you want to emboss the card with. Jaunty angle it. I think we'll jaunty angle it because if it shifts it won't be a disaster then. And then your top cutting plate. The embossing sandwich for your die cutting machine will depend on your die cutting machine. And now we've got the hello in there. And just buff off any rough bits or anything. I'm loading the paintbrush up with some teal metallic watercolour and I'm going to colour in the dip. And the idea is, hopefully, I'll stay in the dip. I think we'll go for some blue next and blend those together. And then from blue to purple. Then I think we'll go back to blue again. I think I've slightly gone over the edge there, but I could carefully lift it off with a baby wipe. And then back to teal. I think there was a slight tear in the paper from the embossing process here. So some of the colour has wicked up into the surround, but I'm going to cover that up eventually. So it's not the end of the world. I shall give that a dry, cover that up. I'm going to use some bleed proof white ink. Sometimes it's better just to leave a mistake or going over the edge, because fixing it makes it worse, but I'm going to try this time here. The ink is slightly creamier than the white of the paper, but I think we can live with it. I've added glue to the back of that as per usual, and now that can sit in there in its own little recess. I'll press it down carefully with some sticker release paper. Right, I've punched out some little hearts from some leftover gold, same gold I used for the sentiment, and I can add one there where I made my boo-boo, and that covers most of it up. And all that remains for this one is to put it on a card blank. You could give it a little bit of a colourful border with some metallic paint. I think it looks nice just like that. Right, on to the last card and the happy birthday dies. So I've got this piece from my box of backgrounds and bits that I've cut down with a stitched rectangle die, and I'm going to cut from it using the outline shadow dies. So I've taken the word portions out and I'm putting glue on the back, and I'm going to put this straight on a card blank. And I use my glue spreader to add a bit of glue to the bits that are sticking up. And what I've also done is die cut out the shadows from white cardstock 4 times and stacked them. So these are 4 die cuts deep, and I can put some glue on the back of those and insert them into the holes. So now they're sticking right up above the surface of the card. And then I'm going to add some glue. I'm using the matte medium here because it is not very tacky, so it'll allow me to slide my words around, or the shadows of the words around, until I get them locked in exactly the right place I want them. Sometimes if I use this high-tack glue, it's a little bit grabby when you want to slide things around. So what I've made is an eclipse card really, but now I'm going to die cut out the words and stick them on top, so it's not a true eclipse card, I guess. And I'm going to cut them from gold because I think that will stand out nicely. I'll put glue on the back using my glue dotter and my high-tack glue again, and now I can place those on their shadows. Press them down with some non-stick paper, and then I can gently wipe off any excess glue. And of course it wouldn't be complete without some gold dots. And that's card number 5. Right, that's all of those sentiment dies used and 5 cards made. I'm really pleased with the way these turned out. I hope it's given you lots of ideas of things you can do with similar dies that you may have. And I hope to see you back here very soon for another video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.